covenant with him, because when you are in covenant with someone, then it gives you rights and there are obligations, and there's a process that needs to flow. JPS entered into covenant with the government of Jamaica. It's called a license. You do this, I will do that. Under certain conditions, these things will apply. If you breach the covenant, there is penalty and there's a process that you go through. So JPS called on their covenant relationship and they get a certain blessing. Citizens of Jamaica, the only covenant you have is the Constitution. If that covenant is either weak or irrelevant to your condition, or maybe it is called a covenant on paper, but it is not a true covenant because you didn't consent to it. You're not a part of it, meaning from its origin, because one of the things you must know about covenant is that covenant is intergenerational. It follows the species. So if Adam break a covenant, his seed
have to suffer
the consequence. It also means that whatever the process is for repairing the covenant, the seed have to engage it in order to benefit. We don't have any covenant relationship with our government. That is why they're free to ignore us. There are some problems there that need a fix. I say a fix, I mean needs to be repaired.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, you need to be careful, you know. Yeah, so that's important. So
yeah, that has been on my mind a lot. That in a world where legal principles matter, you can see everybody else shoring up their position by getting the necessary paper or covenant in place that can identify what their rights are. And we as citizens now need to do the same. We need to do the same. There is covenant under the Constitution, but if it is insincere or if somebody is ignoring it or is in breach of it, there is a process and we need to engage in that process.
And that becomes so very important. Talk about covenant. We recently enacted the regulation for the disability.
Yeah.
And on the front page this morning, disability lobby is pressing for reversal of need subsidy removal, and they say they're making it more efficient. But you just put into law, you put it in place, and now you say because of the reforms that are happening, you're removing it, and people are saying, come on. Remember, it was 2 years for everybody to come up to speed in regards to the regulations. That's what was given. And the whole thing of covenant, and we keep reminding
there's
people
a caller on the
care
line.
for the poor or disadvantaged and needy in our society. That's
Good
part
morning.
of our covenant.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Neville. You sound like you're on the road, man.
Yeah, I'm actually in the process of traveling now to Ratbat City.
What is the proper name for it?
But I have to call it, huh?
What is the proper name for Ratbat City? Which community is it? Which town is it a part of?
Whitfield Town.
Right, okay.
You see Whitfield Town?
Yes, I know where Whitfield Town is, yes.
Yeah, I used to attend Whitfield All Age.
Yes, man.
And then I got a common entrance scholarship to Jamaica College.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, and if you should go through Whitfield Town now, most of Ratbat City, the thief right down there.
Okay.
And most of the people who live in that section of the city, they will never be able to pay their utility bills because they are the sacrificial lamb of the Constitution. That's a covenant of the Constitution. Morning to your listeners and your precious scholars. Let me you talk about covenant, Miss
Yes.
Minette.
Yes.
One of the covenants in Ratbat City is that free sex is rape. They talk raw cha-cha this morning. That's one of the covenants down here. And one of the covenants down here now, like if you get broke as a man, your female start exposing you in the community. Same Brock. That's why she left the cuff boy. That's the stage that it reached. I want to ask you this. The Constitution was written in 1962.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's 2022.
Correct.
60 years later. And I put it to you that most of your citizens in Jamaica, from Negril Point to Moran Point, who is at the age of 60 and over, is out of pocket. They don't have a proper retirement scheme. They don't have a proper retirement. They are at the mercy of their children and their grandchildren. And we are heavily in debt. The Constitution is outdated. The Constitution of Jamaica is now outdated, and the people must render it outdated. And it's going to need blood to run on the street to get these politicians to realize what they're up against. And you know who have to lead that? Who have to lead that? The women and children of this country. Never Carter tell you that. And let me tell you why I tell you that. Since COVID, the scientists cannot find where COVID came from. You know. They can't find it. All the experts that they have in the world, they study COVID, you know, and they can't find where it comes from. But they know it's not a product of nature. If it is not a product of nature, Pastor, what is it a product of?
Humankind.
Thank you, because God made man to have dominion over all the land, but they can't tell you where it comes from, you know. They can't tell you, because if they tell you, they will be ostracized, and they will be bombed up in car like how they bomb up. You know, they have a man in Russia, philosopher, that sanctioned the war, and he's called the brains of Putin.
Not him, it's his daughter.
And his daughter was blown up in a car Sunday night.
Right, but he wasn't.
No, but he was the intended target. He canceled his travel with her at the last minute. And you know, they identified the assassin as a female Ukrainian spy.
So is that why you're saying women and children will lead the charge in this bloody revolution?
No, let me tell you why I said that. No, let me tell you why I said that.
Okay.
Because the government of Jamaica is propping up the army. Did you know that the army of Jamaica is led by a woman? A woman is the commander-in-chief of the Jamaican army now.
Yeah, so bring it home for me, because I have another caller.
Yeah,
why do you say...
They're propping up their army and their police force to shoot down black men.
I see. So the women will have to be the shield.
They have us black men, like men in Rockbad City here. As, what they call them, what? Criminals.
Violence
so
producers.
They're up the army and the police force. So any change of constitution that is going to be needed, the woman that they will have to go shoot down the women and children in half a tree. Because let me tell you this, they don't have the money to fight climate change. They don't have no money for the cashless economy. The Jamaican dollar don't have any international rating, and they don't know where to turn. And guess what? The IMF don't want to see them back. The IMF don't want to see them back. Jamaica have the longest foreign relationship of the IMF. And the government don't have nowhere to turn but to slaughter Jamaican people under what they call reverse psychology. They have failed the people, and Miss Minute, you're a liar.
I think we're going to need some more time for this issue, Neville.
No, one second, you're a liar.
No, I'm not. I'm trained in law, but I don't practice law.
No, but you're a law student.
I'm trained in law. I'm past being a student.
I study law. I study business law at the Institute of Certified Chartered Accountant. And let me tell you, the Jamaican government changed every law that they want to change to suit themselves, except the Constitution.
All right, Neville.
Changing the Constitution not will suit their politics.
We have another caller that we have to go to, Neville. We need more.
That need to be put into retirement.
Okay then. All
All
right,
right, Neville, we
All
gotta
right.
go. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Hi, morning. How you guys doing?
Hey, Corey, how are you?
I'm good, man.
Mm-hmm. What say you?
I had a discussion with Mr. Julian almost recently.
Okay.
But I do want to know if them know what really are going on economically.
Mm-hmm.
But the money know what go on. And I'm wondering why is it that the money not put out this information to the Jamaican public?
Okay.
What is the information that you're referring to now?
We're talking about recession, we're talking about the impacts of the whole increase in BOJ interest rates.
But the information is out there. You're thinking that it will have a different impact and meaning you're thinking that if the politician, if the opposition makes certain points, people will hear it differently, understand it better.
I believe so, because even recently, Mr. Holdings was on a platform saying that the Jamaican economy has grown by 5%.
I wonder why you would say that in light of the disaffection of the people from all things political. Sometimes the message gets lost because of who carries it. You become too distracted by their lack of credibility, I just thought I would probe why you think that if the opposition got on the horn with some of these things, people would understand it better and be more inclined to move for change.
I mean, I've seen the said person put out economic data before.
Yes.
And I've seen it have an effect on the populace. Persons, he broke it down. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
and persons appreciated it more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
persons in your circle.
Talk over the heads of the people, then they won't understand and they won't care.
Yeah. Well, how about if ordinary citizens, men like yourself, took the time to do that translation, because something tells me that Jamaicans are looking for new voices, different voices on some of the subjects, because there's such a huge trust deficit. The PNP is not on the rise, or are they? You think that the opposition is in an improved position where that is concerned? So if they begin to speak on these things, it will carry greater weight?
I think they need to disseminate the information more to be on the
to their own people?
To everybody. That's the only one.
Yeah, okay. I may have asked you an unfair question, because I know you think more about economics than about politics. But my own sense, I don't know what Percy thinks. I'm trying to draw him out. My own sense is that regular people need to be talking about it now, not politicians. People like yourself, taxi drivers, maybe the same teachers who are on the run, can throw back a message and said, I can't even pay my mortgage unless I move.
Well, I'm a taxi driver.
Yes,
we know
say you're a taxi driver and economist and university student. How is that going, by the way?
Well, I am to pay them some money relatively soon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am anticipating some assistance.
Okay. So is this your second year, or you're entering?
No, this will be the first.
This will be the first.
It does enter. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know what? We celebrate you, and we know that it is possible, and you're going to get the work done that will put the money into the university's account, so you can choose your courses and start your academic career on a higher level.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you, Corey. As Corey, we have another caller. No, but it's too bad. BOJ governor unswayed by cries of FX losses by big firms. That a flip from yesterday when we were talking about him. He says he's thinking about the people and not about you big guys. What do you think?
Who said the BOJ governor?
Yes, man. Said it yesterday.
No, man. I mean, people say other things about what they do is what really counts.
Okay. So,
Because at the end of the day, the BOJ is willing to pay the bank 6% to keep their money and increase persons' mortgages and their houses. So
okay.
what they do is in contrast to what they say.
Okay. So that is very, very important because you're saying there's no integrity in terms of what them saying and what them doing, because it's totally different. Because the truth is, if you increase your rates at BOJ and the basis point that they've been doing, it's going to affect everything else. Money becomes more expensive. And I recall a prominent person had said on this program that when the BOJ does what they're doing in terms of interest rate, it's going to bring about recession. I don't know if we have not entered into the US like two quarters of successive negative growth as yet, and the jury is out on that. But they say that's what it's going to lead to. So they are saying we're doing everything. But somebody rightly said, whenever you increase the basis point that you give, it increases the national debt. That's what it is.
By about 6%.
Yeah.
By each basis point.
Yeah. So.
No, each 1%. I think 1% is, if they increase by 1%, it goes by about $6 billion.
Yeah. So.
And Mr. Wade Henry would have estimated that the construction sector would fall by about 4%.
So he said that in his recent thing. He just did a briefing.
It's an estimate. It's not the actual as it starting will come soon from now to release the actual information.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
Keep in touch with us.
All right.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning, 15 minutes. I'm Brother Percy. How you doing?
Very well,
Elaine,
thank
how
you.
are you?
Yes, I'm here listening. Why I don't know what to say because, listen, you see the teacher business and the school business, I have a plan where the teacher them gone, you know. Young people can get jobs, you know. In the school, you know. You understand? And go, yes.
You mean train young people, train teachers who are young people. That's what you're saying, Elaine.
So I never want to talk about because these, I have some great idea where the Holy Spirit fill me with, but this is not for the JP because to me, it is they mash up Jamaica.
So you mean, Elaine, the Holy Spirit give you some good ideas, but you only want to share them with the PNP?
They are for the
So,
not for the PNP, for the people of Jamaica.
Right. So then that means to say whoever is in government.
This government.
Yes.
That's in.
Yes.
You know, what we don't know about them.
I understand what
I'm not speaking about. I'm talking about the people that sit in the parliament. Those people, they're not nice.
So, if the Holy Spirit gives you ideas for the benefit of the people, and you don't want to give it to the current leaders, is there another way that the people can get the benefit of those ideas? Because I don't want you to hold on to them until the leaders change. Maybe those very ideas. So share one of them with me this morning.
Listen,
yes.
Those are the policies that go and make the government, make the PNP come back in.
No, the PNP has to come back in before they can effect policy.
No, what I'm saying.
Yes.
We need the PNP there. We need Mr. Golden and the rest of them to get this.
So
can bring it to the people, but I just want to act it out,
so you're gonna.
You understand?
I understand what you're saying. How are you gonna get it to them then? You now need access to the leaders of the opposition.
Yes, I don't know.
You already have that?
No, that's what I said. I don't know that. I don't know. Them can't probably reach me too.
That is true. And if any of them are listening, maybe they'll know They might, I don't know if we could be a bridge, but can I tell you, their office, they have a head office somewhere. Maybe you
Yes.
can pass by there
I'll
when
leave
you
it from Mr. Golding.
and leave a note. Eh?
I passed up there one time and think I had see somebody.
Yes.
Although it was the election time still. I don't see nobody more than the little people that sit down there. And I give some of them some message and they didn't pass it on either.
Maybe you have to write it, man. You gotta say, write it for the attention of the party leader and say, these are some ideas which I think would help the people. I give them to you. One of the things you must remember, I know you read scripture, so you know that the watchman who sees something coming and need to shout an alarm and share some information, his duty is to get it to the persons. From you get it to their office, then the duty is theirs to look at it and to treat it with respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, no. I tell them, I'm coming already and life on a push up on a mouth.
Push.
Oh, listen to, no, that's something different now.
Yes, I'm listening.
Listen to what I'm saying now.
I'm listening.
I think I don't know how I come to it already, but I come to it, but I never really come out with it because, you know, you must like push up them out, like.
Oh, you
but
know.
Listen, from here, man, all of the little island them,
Yes.
that the British still have.
Yes.
Virgin Island, all of them.
Yes.
You see crime a go on and the government them a behave like these government go on a behave down here. You don't hear it.
Elaine, Virgin Island mash up. You haven't been watching the news. The U.S. government arrests the premier and have him up there on trial for drugs.
Yes,
and,
I know that.
And my friends there. No, I'm telling you what is happening in Virgin Islands now.
I heard what's the news and listen.
No, it's not been on the news.
It shouldn't be ashamed of himself.
You asked about the crime there. The crime there is rising every day. And they are back under governor's rule. I'm just saying about the BVI.
Listen now.
Tell me.
Listen to what I'm saying. It's when we take independence.
Yes.
We never have nothing. We have the British government. Them slavery for much years, and we have to leave them now. We never put things in place. That's somebody needs them. We can't have something. We can't get more money.
Okay.
From Britain every month or something. Now they matter about them preparation.
Reparation.
Yeah, the money part, the preparation, the money part. Them should have put all those things in place.
Yes, yes, and he didn't.
To me, and now they are ball. We have better schooling. A lot of people need to go to England to study. A lot more could be going because we don't have free
Elaine, we are up on the break. We're up on the break, Elaine. But just if you want to hold on and come back. But it's important to understand, as I often say, it's about leadership. To say that we never had resources, we have had more resources than a lot of other countries. So we are on the break. Just hold on. All right, then.
Please don't go, Elaine. We're just taking a break.
Let me talk about the operator.
Yeah, man. We take the break.
A difference you can hear. A difference you can feel.
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
People, are you listening? If you choose to remain at home after an evacuation order has been issued, you do so at your own risk. Get down! Get down! Heed the warning!
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, away I do I take taxi style?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, at 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
I try calling her, cause trust me.
Waiters, Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
This is your beloved Pastor Percy from the Morning Connection. Support our commitment to Jamaica by joining us on Wednesday mornings at 7:30 when we pray for the nation. Show us you care. Advertise with us. For more information, call our offices at 876-276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Elaine?
Yes. Yes, listen now. When them calling you Buster, right? You remember when them calling me in?
I wasn't there.
We weren't alive. Go ahead.
Right. All right. Listen, they call in Buster, right? Remember saying, and we go to them and them call we in, I don't know the reason why them calling Buster, what them telling say, why, you understand? But the reason why them do it is because them want to let you go. Because we're going to be equal, no, like them. Anything them like, and right, most of them have, we have the same kind of rights. You understand? And like to them, it was going to be a burden on them. But when them did slavery, them never know it was a burden. But you understand? We should never take independence because the people wouldn't have so much gun, so much people wouldn't die. People would not travel and all them kind of things there.
So Elaine, what you're saying to us that we should not have severed ties with the motherland, as they used to call it. That's what you're saying. We should have stick with them.
Listen.
No, answer the question. Me ask you one question.
Yes. No.
Okay then. All right.
Listen now. Because we was slave, I will get free. You remember, we did free, So more freedom we need. And so now every government will come.
Okay.
Every government will come. The Jamaica is like to get worse and worse.
All right. Okay, Lynn. All right. We've heard that point. We have another caller. All right then. Thanks.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Yeah, hello, morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, morning. Mr. Percy and Miss Minette, I want to ask if Minute's alive, I want to ask a last question. I want to ask something about BOJ to Pastor. Yeah. Me see where the police them use that thing. For them since of lately, they come out, they said that that person was suspect, they refer to them as persons of interest.
Yes.
Yeah, Miss Minette, based on the Constitution of Jamaica, does the Constitution of Jamaica, no, most of people don't really know the law. Does the Constitution of Jamaica refer to suspects as persons of interest or suspects?
The Constitution doesn't talk about either persons of interest or suspects. Those are law enforcement terms that come up in the administration of the work they carry out. The Constitution does give them authority to carry out a certain body of work, which involves investigating crime, and the Constitution, where it guarantees us certain fundamental rights and freedoms, creates the exception where your rights can be interfered with, infringed, abrogated, suspended in certain circumstances, which would include law enforcement officers carrying out their lawful duties.
Yeah, well, I believe that when the police use the term
person of interest,
if, for example, you do a crime and they suspect that you're a suspect in a crime, they can charge you. But when they just put your name over the radar, that person is a person of interest, and then after investigation, they find out you have no
connection to
it. You can't sue them because they didn't say it was a suspect. They just say,
but even if they say,
a person of interest.
But even if they say you're a suspect, you couldn't sue them either, unless the law don't allow you to seek damages or take action because a reasonable opinion is expressed in writing. And I emphasize reasonable. If the police have reason to suspect that I am involved in something, and they have cause to use the public media as a means of getting in touch with me or getting others to know and encourage me to contact them, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an offense. That doesn't breach my rights. I've not been libeled.
Yeah, we learned something from you right here then. Okay, thanks for the information. Yeah. Pastor, did you know that the DOJ is privately sold by the government of Jamaica? About a year and a half now, or 2 years now.
Sold to whom?
Some private interest, because I think at the time they said that the Bank of Jamaica is now autonomous, meaning the government has no more control over it.
You mean the independent Bank of Jamaica? That's what you mean?
Yeah, the DOJ is now autonomous, meaning the government has no.
That does not mean that does not mean that it has been sold.
Yeah, no sold. They're not sold.
So what autonomous mean there?
It means it's independent, but it's a banker to the government, and they do things that is in the best interest of themselves, not the country.
Yes, and the government has no more control over it.
But it's not sold.
That is control in the policy and policy and administrative sense. If by that token, every statutory corporation or agency that
Jamaica
exists autonomous of the government is sold, like the OUR. The OUR is an independent agency over which no minister of government sets policy for it. And there are several others. It's not a commission. A commission is a commission of parliament that has to report to and be governed by what parliament says. There are many institutions here that are like that. But it doesn't mean autonomous doesn't mean that it's sold. It just means it operates independent.
Okay.
Oh, so the government has no more authority, right?
In the administrative and policy sense, it means whomever you appoint as governor sets policy. But
so
is you appoint the governor?
The government have authority now over
in who they choose as governor.
That's the only thing.
Because they can remove the governor.
Well, I believe it's sold anyway.
All right,
my friend.
All right, Caribbean. Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, cool, yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Blessed love, Africa love.
Africa love, my brother.
Ras Kremlin, my friend.
Yes, man. You know, I was listening to the sister before this call, you know.
Sister Elaine.
Yeah, and I was saying that, you know, she's kind of sad with me being moved from
the Queen.
But I believe that any country in this world who have a freedom of their own to make betterment, you know, for its people and its country. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is this, that is a lack of administration why our independence is now automatically it's a failure to the people and its country. Because we lack of a proper administration coming through two parties. Now, I as a man, I not blame no one party, you know, sister. You see 60 year, a 60 year was a PLP party.
Yes.
Right?
And people voting them in. And Jamaicans voting them in.
And the same people in Jamaica continue. You know, I was in the BBC, I don't know if it was last night or night before last, where the people get up in our country, you know, and say, watch out now. We now no more confident in the eye them. Right?
Yes.
Because all you know do benefit on yourself and benefit the country and the people. Now, no one for know. After 6 years of experience in Jamaica, what more the people want in Jamaica, right? To make Jamaica better and the people better. More than just get up and say, hear me now. We're not no confident in none of who know. Who no feel miserably after 60 years. Who no feel.
Of course, you know, Ras Kremlin, the challenge with that is the failure has to be shared by all of us. Because as you agreed with me, that is the same people voting in and voting out and voting in and voting out. And you can, when you reject one, you must have something to go in its place. And I think that sometimes is what stops us in our tracks. Because we can do the rejection, that is easy.
Oh, that's a minute.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, American people.
Yes.
They don't realize, and they won't come to that realization that they are the authority. It's not these two parties.
Yeah, and we say that and we recognize that all the time. But you had gone a step further. So we know we have the power, and we have the power to reject what is not working for us. But we also are the source of what should work.
Has to be.
It has to come out of us. So,
and if we have experienced 60 years,
then
we must replace. We are the source. We are the authority. We are the country and the people. And if we have experienced this for 6 years, then why are we not coming together and say, let us come together to ourselves that enough is enough.
Yeah.
And in a peaceful way, you know. We don't mean no violence, you know.
Yes, it must start in peace. It can start in peace. It has started in peace. And we see some of the parts already moving. Teachers on the move is a sign. You know, when they said, well, the rats jumped the ship at the last.
They speak with their feet.
The teachers, yes, people are speaking.
Speak with their feet.
They're speaking.
Yeah.
They're exercising the freedom to move, and they're moving in a painful way because it's not easy to uproot yourself from what you know, from the country you love, and to head in a foreign direction. So it is already underway.
Yeah. When our teachers now leave for betterment, I won't blame them.
Yeah, I can't blame them.
They leave for betterment. Then where will be our teachers today? What will be happening to our country?
Both for now and in the future.
The teachers who I support, that they are to seek betterment. But there is also now a situation to our children.
Yeah, that is a greater issue, my brother.
Yeah.
That is my issue.
Yeah, and it's all of our issues.
Mine too.
Right. I am not saying I won't fight no teacher to go and look betterment. My problem now is what's going to happen to us and the direction where these two parties have us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, all right. So we thanks for raising that because it's a concern and I think Minette raised it yesterday. We understand the teachers, but then what about the social impact and implications? We have another caller.
One more thing now, daughter.
Yeah.
One more thing now. Marcus Garvey left Jamaica to New York, America, in 1916 at the age of 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He was born 1887 and he left Jamaica 1916 at the age of 27-year-old. Imagine that, you know. Still a youth.
Yeah, so and America was the last of his exploratory travel. So when he was going through Europe and the Caribbean and so on, he was in his early 20s.
Yes, 27-year-old. And today, there's no, I can't compare no other leader in the world that have done for our people, the African race, right? Like Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
All right,
Thanks very much, Ras.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Pastor, you're welcome back. You leave too early yesterday.
Yeah, yes.
I left too early, no, man. I had a mission.
No, man. He called back and he gave me a message for you.
Oh, what it was?
I give you privately, unless
okay.
he wants to repeat it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I agree if a teacher wants to leave for being a pastor, but I will not pour gas in the fire. I personally would not do that.
Meaning what?
I know you have common sense system in it.
No, I don't know. I don't know what action you would construe as pouring gas on the fire, because we're not telling them to leave. I don't know what you call the fire. The fire could be deepening the crisis in education by encouraging others to leave. The fire could be putting heat on the government for not addressing the root causes. Which fire are you referring to, or is both?
I didn't mention the government. Anyway, I'm asking.
Yes.
How much does a teacher make a month?
In Jamaica,
the lowest.
It's a
primary teacher.
No, a trained teacher, because they have to have a degree now, is about 100,000, 100,000 per month.
After tax?
Before tax.
Before tax.
Before tax.
So you may end up with anything up to 85, 90,000. As much as 100,000?
Yeah, so we can just check that we're not talking out of turn, but that
go
is
ahead
well
with your point.
available. Go ahead
while you're, because you might even know a teacher whose salary.
I don't know that. That's why I'm asking. And after school, after they leave school now, they get a pension, right?
Yeah.
Same as other workers who contribute.
Public sector worker. Yeah. I understand that. Well, I think one of the main reasons why teachers are running away now, because anybody can live here and make a life. Because I live here for farm work, and I know guys, friends that didn't live here and they're way ahead of me. I'm not watching them, I'm grudging them. Because if I wanted to be a billionaire, I could live in Canada. I was supposed to go to England and I didn't go. I have never gone to the U.S. embassy or the U.S.
So we agree with you. We agree with you. People can make a life anywhere.
Yeah.
So some could stay and some are staying. So
yes, some are staying.
Yes.
Okay, so
many are staying.
But the main reason why I think some of these people are leaving, not only teachers, nurse, everybody. I know a guy that pay 200,000 to get a visa, 300,000 to buy a visa.
And he could have used that start a business.
Look, you know how many cow calves that can buy?
So tell me the main reason you think.
I believe a lot of it's if you see how the world is running now, everything is about vanity, fancy car, big house, and when a teacher go to college for so long, and even a kid, a 16-year-old that he taught in school, live next door her, and when you see that little guy with a $4 million car and a 2-story house, what do you think?
So the main reason is because when they look around them, comparatively, they are doing worse than the very people they teach.
That's one of the points, I think.
Okay, but that is always but that's always the case for teachers. Those who teach, typically they are empowering and enabling their students to do far better.
Yeah. I know a lot of you that leave school and they're scamming because they want to rich. They want to get rich right now, and they're rich.
Well,
trust me.
Yeah. Oh, so you're talking about? Well, I don't think any teacher would look at a student who has turned to criminality and say, "Oh, that student is doing better than me. That means what I am doing is not worthwhile." I mean, I think teachers. I don't know. Nobody thinks like that. No, not if you are looking at criminals. At looking at unlawful conduct, you would look at.
They won't do it, but they want to live for better men, for better.
Yeah, but you see, that being so, them could have turned to scamming in Jamaica, if they were coveting the riches of a scammer. But I think I understand. I understand what you're saying. What's the other reason? I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
That's the other point you were making.
Oh, how bad was the opposition doing before the last election?
I mean, in terms of like their ratings in the polls?
No ratings.
Oh, how bad were they as government?
Yes, how bad were they doing?
You tell me.
You are you have to speak. You have to tell us. You're doing a comparison here before. No, but you are speaking. We have our opinions.
Let me give you my opinion. I'm not going to run from it.
Yeah.
In my view, the PNP-led administration, while there was way less corruption and let's just call it open thievery, they were also not putting the country in either by creating an atmosphere of confidence or doing specific things to give you that foundation for prosperity and growth. That is why them lose the election too, because people didn't see them as positioning the country for growth.
Miss Minute, you're wrong.
Well, at least I get you now to give your opinion.
Tell us your opinion.
Right. What's your opinion?
Yes.
What did they achieve from the present government with the IMF?
But you can't explain your position with a question. You need to tell me how you saw them positioning us for growth. And don't tell me about the IMF, because the IMF is the poor relief bank. IMF is not the bank you go to when you're flush with cash and ready for business. IMF is the bank you go to when you're broke and need somebody else's ideas.
For growth when you have to deal with the IMF pass tests and ask nurse and teacher to bear with you and all kind of stuff. How can you do that? And and just as
all right, so you agree with me then? That means you agree with me that while they were not positioning the country for growth, they were cleaning up.
Right, cleaning up after who? After who?
Well, cleaning up is always necessary.
Cleaning up after who?
But you had a new question you put to me now?
And then
you asked me how the opposition were doing. You asked how the opposition were doing in government. I gave an answer. You disagree, but you explained that they were fixing old problems from another administration. Mind you, that one going to say, but the PNP was in power for 18 years and the problems they created couldn't be fixed in the 5-year term that we had. And it was just going to go deeper and deeper and deeper into fault-finding, blame game. Yeah. And we don't need that.
We just need real solutions.
Yeah. And then, you'd have to confront the fact then that the PNP was doing a great job, but they got voted out while doing a great job. Then that means Jamaicans are crazy.
Yes, my friend. I'm listening.
If you were on tomorrow when I could talk to you, I would tell you why the PMP was in government for 18 years.
Okay.
Why tomorrow? You have to research it today?
No, man, I know for a long time. Why I know for a long time.
All right. We have another caller.
Yeah.
Let's take that caller. Call us back. I want to know why.
Why you think so?
All right.
Yeah, can be too young for some of that time. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection. Good morning and welcome.
Kind of interesting in terms of how you pose the questions, you know. If persons, a caller is coming through, but persons need to recognize. Good morning, caller, welcome.
Morning time.
Good morning. You call us at almost on the break, but go ahead, my brother. Call us almost on the break.
Hey, Pastor, morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning to you, Sister Lawrence.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Lawrence and everybody in the studio, Light and everybody.
They're all waving at you.
Yes, Sister Minette.
Yes.
When is Flo coming on the program? So we need them to come in, because we need answers.
Okay.
All right, the producer working on it.
Yeah, because
I'll make sure we advertise it so persons who have questions and need clarity can be.
Well, I am losing so much. I am losing so much money now that I have forgot to do the migration. I have to do it. I am without a phone. Trust me.
Wow.
Trust me. I'm still paying bills and I'm losing money.
Okay. So. And you must have listened yesterday. Somebody raised the concern in terms of the new programs, and they were saying that the persons with disabilities are at a disadvantage because of the new package. So they need to be hearing and listening carefully. Yeah.
Pastor, that is what I'm saying. The OUR is of no use to us.
Can you hold my brother? Can you just give us? Yes, let's take the break.
Go ahead.
A difference you can hear, a difference you can feel.
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
People, are you listening? If you choose to remain at home after an evacuation order has been issued, you do so at your own risk. Get down!
Heed the warning. Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, away I do I take taxi start?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try calling, cause trust me.
Waiters, Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
This is your beloved Pastor Percy from the Morning Connection. Support our commitment to Jamaica by joining us on Wednesday mornings at 7:30 when we pray for the nation. Show us you care. Advertise with us. For more information, call our offices at 876-276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Welcome back. Fortis, thank you for holding.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Talk
yes,
to me now.
So Sister Minute, to say pretty soon you'll be having them on the program.
We're working.
I've asked both the OUR and Flo. Flo had already agreed. It was for the producer to confirm the arrangements.
A lot of people now don't have no confidence in the OUR.
But I think it take a blow since they announced that they've given JPS a little pinch of an increase. But from you have the word increase, it doesn't really matter how small it is.
No matter if a 1% or 2%.
Right, it's a big deal.
It's just that. Why, Sister Minute, where we are going to do? But like me tell you, we're ready now. We're ready. You understand?
I believe so.
Beverly said, you watch it.
No, I haven't finished watching
Beverly said one day after a budget speech, Michael was there up and down. Changing conversation like how you're part of that same conversation.
Yes.
And she's saying, what can I go to the people and win now? What can I go to the people and now to win them over? And she said, why don't you give them free education? Right away. Him never even go consult nobody.
It's true. Go to Parliament and made the announcement. Bell was in shock.
Let me tell you something. It take off like a jet plane. And today, a whole heap of people. Of course.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that something that he has confirmed in any of his memoirs or books written by him?
No, he did not confirm it.
That he...
In the documents, he says.
Yes, right. And I'm not seeking to deny that it is true, but I think it does underscore how men and women work together to bring good results. Because
I am only saying, I say it to myself,
Yeah.
And why is now he's saying that? Because he's not here to defend himself. But who am I not
to challenge it,
Just believe,
believe that alone.
That honest people.
She was the one behind the free case. If it was she or him, it came from his mouth and it went well.
And he had the authority to do it. So a lot of times, and that's the situation of women, and women need to remember that the fact that they have influence is sometimes even more important than having authority.
I don't want to stay on the phone too long. But
God.
It's how the dream work.
Yeah.
It's how the dream work. The team come together and the dream work. We can't sit down and talk about brother raise and chicken raise and you see when they are raising the chicken is 12%, don't it?
Yes.
When they are falling
dropping the price,
People no wake up now, man. There was a gentleman. The man and brother did own some outlets, and there was a Ponzi scheme. There was a part of the Ponzi scheme, and when they used to, rich people used to in the Ponzi scheme, and when the man said, "Watch out, never carrying some little poor people, They enlighten somebody now. So this. Is a Ponzi scheme is not nothing good, but only for people that eat food. And when him said to the man, say, how much percent you give them? The man said, I will give them one if a 50,000 or 5%, and if a 100,000 or 10%. The man said, no, you can't do that. You know what happened in the end? They fight against it. A whole heap of people I know make money, and I know people lose money. It's a Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
I'm not saying I agree with it.
Yes, but
people that nyam food.
It was a blessing to many for a season.
They said, sister, people that nyam food. And you know them do? No, I tell them, I say, if the government change, this is going to lock off. And it lock off.
Now the other man now him still a big fish. And them always get work because you have pastor I get my friend put in a his apartment I sell all your Jamaica for $1.
Hey.
I do all kind of things to make everybody in there. My big friend them. What happened to the man, the small man?
Not
When I
under
say
consideration.
small, I don't want nobody say me I call them small. What happened to the people them at the lower end?
Yeah, the middle and the lower. Yeah.
I don't know what the people them do. Now I tell you how powerful the people them was. They used to have some supermarket. I don't know the people them do. The people them boycott the supermarket.
Wow.
And them have to come out. You know who me I talk about.
Yeah, man.
After you learn and you know.
Yes.
You know remember the supermarket.
Of course, we know, of course.
Yeah.
The supermarket them.
Yes.
And they are no longer here. So people power. People power. Get up.
Stand
Wake up. Everybody. No more sleeping in bed.
Oh, you can sing.
No more backward thinking. Time to thinking ahead. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
All right, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
That
All right,
is a
then.
good note.
Yes, man. You know, but it was interesting in terms of the fact that he raised that. I was highlighting what Connie Francis was talking about this morning. Our most successful netball coach, and we were relating stories, and they said, "Oh, that was a person." And she said, "Even though I've done so well, me not get the support from the powers that be."
Yep, right here in our own country.
Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Love and bless. What go on?
Hi, African. How are
welcome.
You love to listen to them, I call them, you know? And put out on something on the paper yesterday. So the government are defend the reparation most.
Yeah, I was reading it.
African, you had a good belly laugh yesterday, right?
I mean, I laugh. Me come down the laughing, you know, King.
Hey.
Reverend, me not laughing again. Me kind of let go the laughing.
Man.
The laughing now work, Reverend. Me not stop for laughing, Reverend.
You know.
But to me, yeah, me live in a grand spending now.
Yes.
Yeah, me not laughing. Me not get no land them and the house them. The housing trust. Let me finish talk about something.
Yes. So the minister issued a statement, and it ends with a statement about how much we are fighting for reparations, demanding it now. How it said.
From who?
Well, she didn't say.
I can tell you something, Miss Minity. I would have a fool.
That's why we're talking about hypocrisy of it.
Yeah, man, I was offended by it.
What do you mean, who not defend the reparation from? Yeah. Who them are defend the reparation from, Miss Minity? Tell me one somebody where them defend reparation from.
Well, as I recall it, Mike Henry did a private member's motion. He couldn't even get his own side to put it on the agenda.
So no kick off there, sir?
Yeah, no. So it didn't happen there. They tried
like a stagnant water.
Yeah, they tried to do some. They filed something in court and it was thrown out. So
who them tell that now?
I mean, you know,
are the world them tell that, Miss Minity?
I don't even think anybody in the world I read it. It was like a full page ad at the back of the paper. But Jamaicans, and you are reacting much the way I did. I just found it very offensive that anybody could think that it is all right, it's acceptable to publish something that is plainly not true.
Hypocritical.
It flies in the face of everything that is being done.
All right, Miss Minity.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you who them take reparation from.
Who?
We.
Well, there'd be another word for that.
Miss Minity. Remember, say, we have our ancestors them have to pay reparation to the we call them to the slave master them, you know.
Well, not us. The British taxpayer. Is the British taxpayer pay it?
Oh, the British taxpayer?
Yes.
Miss Minity, them after them say, before independence, what them say them have emancipation.
Yes.
In 1838 or something about that.
Right.
You remember the couple year water work apprenticeship?
Yes.
Who get that money?
But that was not, I mean, I think I understand how you're looking at it. That's just an extension of the slavery.
Yes, Miss Minity.
Yeah, that wasn't reparations. That was the slavery continuing.
You're talking about the reimbursement that was paid to the plantation class for the loss of their chattel slave. That's what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, but he's saying the years when they said we were being prepared for freedom and had to continue working on the plantation as they transitioned, that was part of the reparations package.
Yes,
well, not reparation. That was part of the compensation
package.
Because there's reparations and there's compensation.
Right.
The reparation is what you pay to repair the loss that you caused, and the compensation is giving back a man value for the thing he has lost. And the chattel slaves were regarded as value that had been lost, and they were being compensated for it. But it's not the black people who paid the compensation.
British people.
It was the British taxpayer.
Miss Minity.
Yes.
Now try to tell about this couple of year water.
The apprenticeship. I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to.
That's why I understand me as upon that lesson.
No, man, I got it.
We got it. We understand.
So when me I say now, me I say the PNP and the GLP now have we paid them reparation, you know.
Pay who reparation?
Pay who?
The PNP and the GLP.
Who paying reparation?
What do with the money? What do with the money? What do I collect?
That's a different thing, Africa.
Are we talking about corruption, money that they steal?
Yes, Miss Minity.
When somebody steals something, then you have pay them.
Yeah.
You know how money them take?
Yeah, but they've stolen it. We're not giving it to them.
Them take it, Miss Minity. What them have it?
Yeah, I think we're getting caught up in semantics, maybe, because whether they stole it. Or, well, if we give it to them, we can't complain about it. So if they steal it, they've stolen it.
Yes, that's why I complain.
And they should be accountable. So you can complain.
That's why you can complain.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Minity. Look on this housing trust now. The housing trust becomes a Ponzi scheme. Huh?
Well, no, you see now you're calling it Ponzi scheme, but you mean they're just raiding it.
Yeah.
I push out the people and what to achieve from it.
Yeah, because that talk about reducing subsidies and entitlement to subsidies and calling it a move towards efficiency. That kind of language and what is happening. Even if you want to be efficient about something, I don't think you start by cutting subsidies
for people who are at the bottom.
For people who are at the bottom.
Yeah. All right, Africa.
What you push me out for?
Okay. All right. We have another caller here, African. So
I think we'd like to see efficiency in some other areas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big time.
I get you, my brother. We got to take another call.
It's good to be here, Love and Bless.
Yes, sir. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. I've been listening to you for a while, and this is the first time I'm calling.
A very special welcome.
Welcome to
Love listening to Neville. Love listening to you guys. I'm not going to talk about politics per se this morning, but I have an incident with a customer service rep at the Spanish Town Hospital. And these government workers, I don't know who trained them or how they are trained, but they have nothing about them. The health sector, we need to find a way to improve how the government operate with the poor people of Jamaica when it concerns their health. Because you have a test to do, say a CT scan, an X-ray. It's all being forked out to private people who charge a bag of money to get it done. The government doesn't have any equipment to do this. So when you get a free doctor, so to speak, and you go to the doctor, you say it's free, the hospitals, the clinics, you go there, that is good. But if there's a problem, you do not get to fix that problem. You cannot find $50,000 to go do a CT scan, right? $25,000 to go do a blood test, right? I went to the Spanish Town Hospital recently, and I said, okay, I'm here to do lab work. The lady said to me, that was in April, I took the paper in. She said that, when is your next appointment? I said in October. She said, okay, the next you're going to get like in October then to come and do the blood work. I said to her, but suppose something is wrong with me in the next 6 months.
Yes.
And that's why we get the blood work to go do.
Yes.
I can't help to go do it privately then. And I'm like, wow.
Wow.
So they're not really offering medical care or service. I wrote down here, it's a sham.
It is a total sham. I mean, you're supposed to do blood work, and the government, I mean, you go to the clinics to see the doctor, and they give you to do a yearly blood work. And it costs $25,000 during COVID. That's what I paid because the hospitals are locked down. Why can't the government come in some agreement like with they do with the pharmacies to have biomedical? I mean, they are so expensive. Pay biomedical a percentage of what the blood work costs or something.
And blood work is like and that's a
minimal.
That is a basic diagnostic tool to just look at the blood.
And you see, my dear lady, you see all of these these photo apps about doing this, doing that, but people are not feeling underground the reality of it, and they really need to look at what is happening because the customer service it's bad. It's really, really bad. And you know, some of the times you go into similar facility and yes, the person says, we can't do it now, but the way that they deal with you, you're not feeling too bad. But when somebody tell you, say, all right, go outside, go do it, they don't really care. They're uncaring. And
do not care.
And the other thing is this is not government, To me, that is just Jamaicans dealing with Jamaicans in a way that is humane, because another Jamaican.
But like in her situation, you have to wonder if there is some protocol or policy established that says if the patient's appointment is in October, then the blood work results should be available 2 weeks before because they want something that is proximate.
And the doctor can look at it.
Missing altogether the point that you are there because of an illness or a concern that is taking place now.
Exactly.
Now. Right. So if you are giving health care, then you are responding to the situation of the health situation. You're not responding to the schedule.
Yeah, because that's important. That's a very, very important part. If your doctor say, you know what, I'm not sure, go do some blood work.
Yes.
It is when they said it, waiting 6 months, because a lot of things will change in six months. Yeah, man.
But you see, they said when you get it done, bring it back to us. So if you get it done on time, you can bring it back to make sure everything is okay.
And maybe the October...
They don't have an appointment 6 months out.
Right, and maybe the October appointment move up based on what you see. If you are really caring about somebody's health.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
because a lot of people get critical. A lot of people die because of this.
Yes.
I know of somebody personally that died because of that. Something was happening.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah. So, but thank you. I normally give my callers a name.
Please don't give this lady a name. She's
lady.
Beautiful as she is.
Lovely, beautiful voice lady. Thank you for listening to us here.
Thank you.
All
right, then bless you.
We appreciate the call. Thanks very much.
Thanks for calling.
All right.
That's it for the
yes,
morning.
Pastor, do too many christening and
dedication.
Yeah, so you want give everybody a name.
No, but it's just a little things you're able to identify them. But she raised a very important point. I think there are two aspects to what she just pointed out. You have government policy, which a lot of people are questioning. It is virtue without, for the sake of virtue.
The appearance.
Appearance of virtue. But another thing which I think we can take responsibility for as Jamaicans one-to-one is my brother, my sister, it could be my auntie. It is so uncaring in terms of just that response. Because a lot of times in terms of how people respond in the situation, it helps you. I always tell I go into a place and I break the ice by smiling and saying, "Good morning, Minette. How are you today?" And you see one skull up face and it just changed. It just changed. And it just changed the situation, but we have to deal with each other justly.
Yeah, even those appointments that they give people, you come in, you have a concern, and there doesn't seem to be any real effort to kind of make sure that there isn't, I don't know, maybe it's the lack of trust why we think so. Usually when it's our health, we think that the whole world is falling down.
True.
But persons with more experience will know that this can be looked at in 6 months' time. It's not an issue. Who knows? But we want to get to that place where we really feel that people have a concern about our health and that they're responding to us based on a real heartfelt concern.
Yeah.
All right, let me just say thank you. Those online and those on air, we bless you for the contribution you make to keep these conversations going. The conversations are very important
We're going somewhere.
They play a significant role in getting people activated into service.
Yes, I love that word. Activation. We're activating.
That's what we're doing. We're activating you so that you can go out and do and become the change that you want to see. Thanks to those in the studio, engineer, Mr. Producer, and of course, Pastor Percival, as always. Special blessings to you for bringing the voice of Bishop Owens into the mix for the prayer this morning. All that he had to say about women just struck a nerve with me because I know...
You started it. The woman.
But to know the partnership and the role of the partnership and the role of the church and so on. So thank you all very much. I don't know what music you have lined up for us, but I know it will be good.
It's lined up for
Have a great day.
Again. Have a good day. Walk with Don't Book It too.
Yeah.